Here with Catamount head coach Jim Clift after the Catamounts take 2 out of 3 from Uncg this weekend. And coach, really all 3 games, pretty competitive series this weekend.
Oh, very much so. We're pleased. We really wanted to play a little bit better today for Game 3, but we know how good that team is, and to take those 2 and sweep the doubleheader yesterday was absolutely huge. They're a powerful team. Today I was pleased the way we got around a couple of their big hitters and did not make them main factors for us, but when you get done with it at the end of the day, we had 3 hits. And you're not going to beat a team like that with 3 hits, and that was the key. We did not make the adjustments we need to at the plate. We did hit some balls hard at some people, but we needed to make some adjustments at the plate that we didn't make as early as we made.
Talk about Taylor Sigmund. She's played exceptionally well, really all weekend, both in the circle. Her offense came around in some big spots, especially in Game 2 yesterday as well.
Well, Taylor's one of our leaders on this team, and we have several. And being a senior, being one of our main players, starter at first base, and obviously one of our starting pitchers in the circle, and she sees a lot of time in the circle even if she doesn't start. So, she does a great job. We put a lot on Taylor's shoulders, and she does a great job of carrying it.
Coach Lee and Courtney Buchanan had a solid start yesterday, got the complete game in Game 1, got another win. Just the 5th pitcher in Catamount history to get to the 10-win mark on a season. Talk about what has been so good for her all year long.
Well, I just think confidence in her pitches, confidence in the pitches being called, and committing to her pitches. And, it's kind of one of those things, success kind of breeds that confidence. And so with each one of those wins, she's getting more and more confident in the circle.
Carly Harkey really turned the game around yesterday with her 3-run home run in Game 2. Your senior's been sensational all year long. Today she was sensational defensively at shortstop. Talk about what that means, especially when you have a player, her defense sort of fuels her offense.
Yeah, it does, and I think the thing with Carly is that she just wants it so bad this year, and she knows she's been there, and it's kind of one of those, she looks like she knows what, like she's been there, and I think that's really important for her, that she just won't quit. And what's important for the team is that the team feeds off that as well, and that may be the biggest thing. Her biggest contribution to this team is how she is leading by example. But yeah, she's having a fantastic year obviously at the plate, and she's doing a very solid job to the spectacular level, right. At times especially. The 2 of those outs she threw out were deep in the hole, and really I thought were easy base hits, and she took them away from them.
Talk about your team's conference start, 4-2 to start conference play. Really a solid start and a good foundation to build the rest of your conference play on. What do you take from the first 2 weekends in conference play, going in hosting the tournament champions next week in Chattanooga?
Well, I know that we can hit with anybody, and we can play defense with anybody, and our pitching's solid enough to pitch with anybody, and we just need to add that little bit consistency to finish, and take that 3rd game. If we're taking the first 2 games, then we have psychological advantage, right, especially when we're at home. And so we need to find a way to take that 3rd game if we're fortunate enough to be in that position again. But I think that certainly, again, success breeds confidence, and being 4-2 in conference, and I've always felt that the Southern Conference has not been given its due as far as how tough this conference can be. And you've heard me say it over and over again, conference play is a whole different animal. And teams that you don't think are anywhere near as good as other teams come up and fight and tear them up, and it's just, you don't know what's going to happen from game to game. And then, we only have 18 games in conference, so every game, every win is critical, every loss is critical. So, we're excited that we've won 2 series and have Chat coming in. We'll have a very, very good tune-up this week with USC Upstate. Usually a top 50 team year in and year out, sometimes knocking on the door top 25, and that should be a fun doubleheader, and get us tuned up for the weekend.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for your time. We look forward to seeing you on Wednesday for that doubleheader against USC Upstate.
Thank you very much.
Here with Taylor Sigmund after the Catamounts take 2 of 3 from Uncg. And Taylor, you came up in a couple big spots, especially Game 2 yesterday. What was your approach to the plate and driving in those key runs?
I just kind of was watching when the other people were up to bat just to see kind of the pattern that she was throwing, and she was coming in on just about everybody at least one time, and so I was just waiting on that pitch, and when I got it, I just tried to swing hard and got a good result. But yeah, so I was just kind of tried to pick up on the pattern she was throwing.
Coach Taylor, you're now tied for the career high in RBIs. And on an anniversary weekend, to do that with the RBI leader here, Lauren Ross, talk about the success you've had in your career, especially driving in runs when they're in scoring position.
I mean, it's definitely special, and I'm honored to be even given the opportunity to be able to come out here and fight for those records. But I mean, it's better when you have a team like this behind you where you don't have to worry about getting those RBIs. Like, I know regardless of what I do at bat, my teammates are going to come back and hit behind me anyways. And so it's just been awesome this year to really be able to go out there with no pressure on me at all, because I know that they're going to hit for me too. So it's been great.
Talk about the success your team has had, not only all year, but the starting conference 4-2, taking the first 2 series to start the year, and a really good Uncg team at home this weekend. What's been the mindset of this team from a player standpoint coming into conference weekends?
I think we've had a lot of success outside of conference, and I think conference, it's like Coach Cliff always says, it's a whole different ball game. Like, people come out fighting, scratching and clawing, doing whatever they can to win, and I think we just want it this year. We're all fighting. We're just gonna have to keep working to get these day 3 games. I don't know what's been going on. We come out with the same mentality, but we're just gonna keep working on that and keep working to get better. We've got a bunch of big games this week, and so we're excited about Wednesday, just to get out there and play a great team like Upstate and just have an opportunity to just work with them and then be ready for the next week in a conference.
Talk about this upcoming week. You mentioned Upstate on Wednesday and then Chattanooga coming into town, the tournament champions from a year ago. Talk about the mindset coming into this week and the tune-up you get in Upstate before you have another conference weekend.
Yeah, I mean, Upstate's a great team, and the whole time I've been here, we've never beaten them, and I want them so bad. I want to beat them so bad, and so we've seen them before. We've seen them every year, so we know what they've got. So it's just the mentality of going out there and attacking every pitch and every at-bat and just one run at a time, chipping away. And then Chat, we obviously want Chat even worse than we want Upstate, and so it's exciting that we're getting them at home, and we're just ready to go.
Well, Taylor, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations again. We'll see you Wednesday.
Thank you.